Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
From Waybo, so they get the slight edge in the objective early game because they didn't give up the 3 grubs, they gave up just the 2. Interesting note, by the way, Symbiotic Souls is picked up for Wink, not going for a defensive boots. Just saw that pop up on the bottom side of the screen. Potential dive coming through his Xiao. He's coming up, doesn't have ultimate. Will that be enough?
We'll try and keep Breathe alive, doesn't. Xiao, who was there on a pretty good timer, but not sure he'll get much more than maybe the Sejuani here, though, which would be decent. Misses the E. Permafrost comes on through, and Xiao cut apart. It's rabbit for breakfast, baby.
ZDZ gets to just continually auto the way through, and we don't see it before. Get to walk in and do something. They're trying to now force onto Yone. This will be the cross map.
Okay, nice unbinding of the soul. Finally gets knocked up. Fate sealed, not to that much avail. Hung will heal himself and get some decent healing. As he does try and get Angel, should finally fall.
The shield! The shield!
Oh my days, the Spirit Cleave. They will
teleport! He's going for it!
Oh, not quite. Valiant effort. Angel nearly gets 2 people on the way out. It will still cost them the tier 1 top, but Weibo Gaming had to throw everything in the kitchen sink to kill off that Yone.
You know what? I was wondering whether EDG could actually just pull the teleport from ZDZ right now and just say, look, teleport behind those people who are going towards that bot lane turret. He gets himself the first turret of the game. This Gwen is now giga-fed. Absolutely unrealistic levels of fed. Now, Yone very nearly outplaying the dive. Tower does go down. There was a ward behind him. I wonder whether ZDZ could have gone for a teleport. I wonder if that would have been the play with the Rift Maker. So low HP bars from the tower coming down, but choosing not to use it.
The only other thing there is we've got 3 mid lane. ZDZ, though, is actually running at Tian over his wall. Lands all 3. The hail of arrows comes on through, but the Glacial Prison after puts Tian in danger. Will have to Crescent Guard to knock the Gwen away. Xiao now looking over the wall. Hung can look for an engage. Gains of Corruption onto Xiao. Puts him in danger. Solar Flare comes on through, but that means the Sejuani is now dead. Hung battle dances back out and away. EDG have gone very deep for this. Mega Inferno Bomb to try and disengage. Angel now looking for an angle onto Xiao, who lands the Spirit Cleave, but won't go too much further. Should have gotten someone there, but I think Arn, Wink, Angel all being a little bit behind the play. It was a 2-man play from Xiao and ZDZ, proving a little bit too much there in the grand scheme of things. Potentially punish from across the wall. Tien could join him. Angel knows he's in danger, surely. Winning comes on through, an Angel now down very low, but Tien as well not having a great time. Heal has to be popped. Zenith Blade just about flashed away from, turning back towards the Dragon, but they avoid a lot of the R3 damage from ZDZ. Re-engage from Weibo Gaming. Now they're on the Dragon. Angel still low, has had no chance to reset. Tien lands another wind, becomes lightning. Xiao wants to go forwards, does not get to do so. Crescent Guard. It's like the Crescent Guard was really good to deny the Dragon, but the words were not there in the correct order at the time. God, no, that wasn't the enough. Still getting run at, gets slowed down by the smite. Keep wanting to call it chilling smite, but that's been a long time since that's been properly in the game.
And even though Xiao 2 levels down, can still walk out the Shinzao. Needs to get some XP though. Been clearing through his jungle as best he can, but Tien really getting extra value. Xiao trading for a tower on the other side. Remember the 5 grubs, the Zig's very good ability to chunk through those towers as Weibo at least answer well.
They do, and they have to do it with a lot less members. Good work from Xiao, who has always been a pretty good map.
Boots. Teleport behind, here comes the Gwen.
Tien now in danger, gets hit by a massive combo. Crescent Guard comes on through, but will not allow him to get very far away. Tries to jump onto Arn, knowing he's in danger, but reminder, Atakan is up, and there'll be no one here.
Yeah, that should be it. That should be. Criticize the setup. That is now an important one, because the Aurora can get a lot of damage done. And Weibo now, the thing is, Weibo don't have to fight for this Dragon. They don't have to. They have themselves the soul point already. They can give up 1 and it does go down, but EDG now have to respect the top side of the map. ZDZ doesn't have a teleport, Breathe does, and with the gold lead not having a teleport, Weibo can say, well, we'll take the Atakan. EDG choosing to give this one up and say, we'll go push elsewhere. They do have the Ziggs potentially to play around, but EDG, they feel a little bit lost to me right now. Trying to ult steal the Dragon, the Atakan, they won't do so. Instead, they have to go push in the other lanes, but I don't know if they've done that quick enough.
I don't either. Tier 2 now falling, and again this Gwen is 2.5 items now. It's not getting easier in that matchup. She's 3-0. They'll start at the Atakan and get it. So there is that at least for Weibo Gaming, and actually with your 3-mat Dragons, that's pretty significant.
In terms of like, at least that's Weibo. That's a huge win for Weibo. It's a huge win for them. They get that onto all of their Dragons. They have their neutral objective buff. EDG slow to get themselves towers on the other side. They do get 2 inner towers for this, so it's good.
Chain-laced crushers
That's
is the name of the one.
Chain-laced crushers, the increased Mercury treads going in towards this turret. Now that's going to be a zigzag which goes wide. ZDZ caught out by Xiaohu.
I thought this Gwen was supposed to be a bit of a menace for the Aurora. Doesn't look like it at the moment. Xiaohu finds ZDZ on rotation, gets the shutdown. That'll be tier 1 mid. And a run
fight before that Riftmaker starts taking over, it is a problem. Has the red buff for regen though, and will be full HP before the fight. Dragon going down. We come to a flip for the soul.
Control wards behind for Weibo Gaming, giving them a little bit of safety from flanks. Bit of a knock-up onto Hung, but not to that much avail. Again, it's just the Rakan. Unless you full send it, you will get opportunity to come right back out of that CC chain to corruption. Land onto Wing, but there's an Eclipse down. Over the wall goes EDG, throws out the needlework.
She gets it!
Gets it! Steals it away in the flip. The burgers are cooked to perfection. And EDG are left as charbroiled charcoal. As Waybo gets to keep hunting for more. Another slow from the rain of arrows. EDG's moment of reigning supreme in this game, such as it was, coming to a very swift and abrupt end.
ZDZ has an awful team fight again, doesn't use the Zhonyas, goes down, does not get to use the gold lead, which EDG worked so hard to give him. Waybo, much better play around the objectives, much better play in the team fights, and Tien, a much better smite key for him too. They have a Mountain Soul, they'll be able to really shrug off a lot of the zigs, and 2.3k lead in the mid lane now. Xiaohu did so much work on that back of that CC.
Angel gets knocked away, Hung goes on forwards, but gets the battle dance away, and towers begin to fall, and we said, look, EDG, you have to full send it with this comp a little bit to get your damage down. Your only ranged wave clear here is a needlework and Ziggs in general. Ziggs doesn't enjoy Baron minions.
No, he doesn't. In fact, this is the reason why it's changed. The teleport comes in. They do catch out Xiaohu.
We'll try and get him out, but there's the between worlds. Can look to go across the belt too. Fate Seal does force Xiaohu to a different position, but does get a weirding off. ZDZ goes looking for an angle, and somehow he gets away. The rabbit's out of the hat and puts the whole of EDG into the fire. ZDZ continue to try and trade out. Hippo's going to go down as well. It doesn't end with a bang, folks. It ends with a whimper. Edward Gaming are going to chase the rabbit all over Summoner's Rift and in Looney Tunes style, fumble like Elmer Fudd.
And it feels like a little bit of Wile E. Coyote here as EDG runs face first into a mountain or a Mountain Soul. Waybo uses defenses, win the game.
I am a little speechless at the end of that one. They tried the double teleport. I will not take it away from